or high. Vatican, the dwarfish state enclave. The recognized state smallest officially in the world. 2. 1. In the territory of Rome, associated with Italy. The status of Vatican in international law, the auxiliary sovereign territory of the Holy See, the residence of the top spiritual management of the Roman Catholic Church. Diplomatic missions of the foreign states will be accredited at the Holy See, but not at Vatican City. The foreign embassies and representations accredited at the Holy See in view of the small territory of Vatican are placed in Rome, including an embassy of Italy which, thus, is in her own capital. Vatican is the permanent observer at the United Nations since 1964, cooperating with the organization since 1957. In July 2004, the rights of a mission of the Holy See at the Union were expanded. Besides, since August 2008, Vatican began cooperation with the Interpol on a constant basis. Vatican as the unique state doesn't participate in the majority of projects of the EU, but uses euro as currency and releases own coins of euro. The official name, Vatican, was for the first time used in the Lateran agreements concluded on February 11, 1929 between the Holy See and the government of Italy led by B. Mussolini, which established the status of the modern city-state. The name was taken from the name of the Vatican Hill, Eitel, Monte Vaticano, on which the state is located. The name of the Vatican Hill probably appeared from the Etruscan name of the city of Vaticum, not existing now. According to legends, on this place Etruscan prophets, and later the Roman augurs, proclaimed the predictions, that's its nation. Prediction, prophecy. Historically, before emergence of the state of Vatican, the word Vatican mattered palace of the Father. The official Italian name of Vatican means in the literal translation, the state of Guo. Sorts Vatican. Though the Holy See, which isn't identical to Vatican, and Catholic Church use Church Latin in official documents, Vatican in the current activity officially uses Italian. Latin name of the state of armor. Status Civitatis Vatican. It is used in official documents, not only the Holy See, but also in the majority of official church and papal documents. In antiquity, the territory of Vatican wasn't populated as in ancient Rome. This place was considered as the saint. The Emperor Claudius held on this place circus games. In 326, after arrival of Christianity, over an estimated tomb of Saint Pie at Constantine's Basilica was erected, and since then this place began to become populated. The Papal States formed in the middle of the 8th century captured a considerable part of the Apennine Peninsula, but in 1870 were liquidated by the Italian kingdom. And a modern look arose on February 11, 1929 on the basis of the Lateran agreements concluded with Benito Mussolini's government. The official plan of Vatican, from the annex to Lateran agreements. On the plan by flowers are designated. Dark gray, the territory of Vatican City. Light gray, the territory of Vatican City in which for law enforcement Italy is responsible. This territory can be at any time closed for public and the Italian police for holding special ceremonial actions. Red, the small strip, 3 m in width and 60 m in length, near a northern colonnade of street. Peter's Cathedral, which is, according to Lateran agreements, the territory of Italy and being in the Italian jurisdiction. This fact was a subject of disputes on the Joint Vaticano-Italian Commission existing till 1932 for specification of wording of Lateran agreements. However, as decisions of the Commission had advisory nature, Italy refused to recognize results of a discussion and reserved an earth strip along a colonnade. Led round by blue, the territory of Italy which is in possession of the Holy See. The territory has the exterritorial status, the Italian right in it isn't applied. Also, the territory in the southern part of the plan, at the left, is painted over light grey by mistake and is the territory of Italy. Vatican is located on the Vatican Hill in a northwest part of Rome, in several hundred meters from Tiber. From all directions Vatican is surrounded with the territory of Italy. The total length of frontier is 3.2 kilometers. Besides, Lateran agreements gave to Vatican some extraterritorialness. Some basilicas, Curione and Diocesione offices and Castel Gandolfo. But, generally the border coincides with a defensive wall. B4 Street. Peter's Cathedral border is the region of the Ovalu-Brasny Square. It is designated by white stones and paving of the area. Vatican, the theocratic state operated by the Holy See. The sovereign of the Holy See, in which hands are concentrated absolute legislative, executive and judicial authority, is the Pope, who is elected cardinals to a life sentence. After death or renunciation of the Father and during the conclave up to an enthronement of the new Father of his duty, with significant restrictions, executes. The chief executive is the State Secretary of the Holy See. Vatican, the administrative body, the papal commission appointed by the Holy See, headed by the governor, manages. The commission is appointed to 5-year term. The governor at the same time heads governorship of the State Hail of Vatican. The principal administrative organ of the Holy See. Practical guidance by religious, political and economic activity is the Roman Curia. According to Apostolic Constitutions of Regimini Ecclesiae Universi, 1968, and Pastor Bonus, 1988. The administration of Catholic Church in Vatican consists of several departments. The State Secretariat is engaged in execution of decisions of the Father and coordination of activity of the Roman Curia. To the State Secretary, all powers in the field of secular sovereignty are conferred to its head. Actually, he fulfills the Prime Minister's duties. Since 2013, the State Secretary, the Cardinal Pietro Parolin. The Supreme Advisory Bodies, Ecumenical Council, College of Cardinals and the Episcopal Synod, is a part of the State Secretariat sections on the general questions, internal affairs, and on communications with the states, foreign affairs, work in particular. Other bodies of Catholic Church in Vatican. 9 congregations or dicasteria, ministries. 11 papal commissions, bureau. Apostolic Library and other institutions. Legal instances: the Supreme Church Court, the highest tribunal of Apostolic Court and local tribunal. Order is kept by the Papal Guard consisting of the Swiss Guardsmen. Practically all population of Vatican, the citizens of Vatican having the passport. This passport has the diplomatic status of the Holy See, points to belonging to inhabitants of the apostolic capital of Vatican, and is given by the State Secretariat, and being attendants of Catholic Church. Passport No. 1 traditionally is issued to the acting father, who has no right at the same time to have any other nationality or citizenship, except citizenship of the Holy See. The exception was made only for Benedict XVI. It was authorized to them to keep at the same time citizenship of Germany, and Francis, who kept the Argentina citizenship. For December 31, 2011, from 594 citizens of the Holy See, 71 cardinals, 307 people have the status of clergy and are members of papal representations, 51 persons, other representatives of clergy, 1 nun, 109 the structure of the Swiss Guard, and the others 55 laymen. In 1983 in Vatican, any newborn isn't registered. The little less than a half, 246 citizens, kept the primary citizenship. The nationality in Vatican isn't inherited and can't be acquired owing to the birth in the state. It can be received only on the basis of service to the Holy See and is cancelled in case of the termination of work in Vatican. Article 9 of the Lateran Contract of 1929 between Vatican and Italy says that if the person stops being the citizen of Vatican and has no nationality of any other state, he is granted the Italian citizenship. Ethnically most of them Italians, except for Dix of the Swiss Guard. Also about 300 Italians working there treat the day population of Vatican, but they live outside the state. In 2005 in Vatican 111 marriages were registered. Vatican is the only state in the world with zero birth rate. Economy. Vatican, the advanced city-state. Vatican has non-commercial planned economy. Sources of income: first of all, donations of Catholics of the whole world. A part of means makes tourism. Sale of stamps, Vatican coins of euro, souvenirs, a payment for visit of the museums. Is she part of labor? Service staff of the museums, gardeners, janitors and so on. Is made by citizens of Italy. The budget of Vatican makes $310 million. Vatican has own bank, better known under the name Institute of Religious Affairs. Vatican has reserve power plant. Since 2008, construction of solar power station is conducted by design capacity of 100 megawatts. In Vatican there are no airports, but there is a helipad, Vatican. It was opened in 1976 and is used for communication of Vatican with the international Roman Fiumicino airports and Ciampino and the country papal residence in Castel Gandolfo. There is a branch line 852 meters long and the station built in 1932 from the southwest from St. Peter's Cathedral. The Vatican Railroad is connected to network of the Italian railroads. In Vatican there is a radio station constructed in 1931. Radio of Vatican broadcasts in 47 languages. Since 1949 in structure of Radio of Vatican Television Center Cotit. Centro Televisivo Vaticano, which provides live broadcasts of actions on partner channels and on the internet works. Vatican possesses own internet domain. Virginia. Long-time Vatican. Virginia containing official and contact information, daily press bulletins, speeches of the Most Saint Father, digitization from the Vatican archives remained the only website on this domain, etc. On June 29, 2011 in Vatican News. Virginia own information internet portal was started. There is also information portal of Radio of Vatican which publishes texts in 39 languages of the world, the website of Governorship of the Hail State Vatican, the separate website of the Osservatore Romano newspaper, Library of Vatican and other internet resources. Since 1909 in Vatican the Bulletin of the Holy See, Acta Apostolica Sedis, publishing papal acts in Latin is published. Since 1861 the daily newspaper 50 Osservatore Romano in Italian is issued. Since 1860 there is an annual reference media Annuario Pontificio. Since 2002 Vatican is included into Directorate of Telecommunications of Governorship of the State of the Hail Telephone Service which manages the Vatican telecommunications, including a voice wire communication and data transmission network. On May 18, 2010 Vatican signed a contract with the Italian division of the international mobile operator Vodafone. Vatican has no own mobile operators. Besides, Vatican has mail. Till 1970 in Vatican there were 4 types of armed forces. Noble Guard, Palatinsky, Palace Guard, Papal Gendarmerie, Swiss Guard. In 1970 the Father Pavel VI reformed armed forces, having liquidated the 3 first A type of troops and having left the Swiss Guard founded in 1506 for protection of the state. In 2002 John Paul II restored Gendarmerie, however now it executes only police functions and isn't a part of armed forces. The Swiss Guard submits to directly Holy See. Formally in percentage Vatican is the most militarized state of the world. According to 2005, from 557 citizens 101 are military on active service that makes 18% of the population, and it more than blocks indicators of the second in militarization country of the world 3 times, North Korea. 4.9%. In Vatican world famous masterpieces of architecture, Street. Peter's Cathedral with internal furniture, the Vatican museums among which the Sistine Chapel, etc. And also the well-known Vatican Library are located. Papal Awards. Supreme Award of Christ. Award of the Gold Spur. Pius IX Award. St. Gregory Veliky's Award. St. Sylvester's Award. Jerusalem Award of the Lord's Sacred Coffin. Vatican doesn't establish diplomatic relations, doesn't participate in the international organizations and doesn't sign the international contracts as it is the sovereign territory of the Holy See, and sovereignty of the first directly results from sovereignty of the last. However, in many sources, including news and diplomatic relations of the Holy See called diplomatic relations of Vatican. The Department of the Roman Bishops is recognized as a sovereign subject of international law since early medieval times. And during the period between 1860 to the conclusion of Lateran agreements of 1929, sovereignty of the Holy See admitted not only Catholic powers, but also the Russian Empire, Prussia and Austria-Hungary. Diplomatic relations of Vatican and the Holy See are under authority of section of a relationship with the states of the State Secretariat. The section is headed by the Secretary on a relationship with the states in the Archbishop's dignity, now to Dominica Mamberti, the titular Archbishop of Sagona. The Holy See maintains diplomatic relations with 174 the countries of the world to whom he is presented by papal ambassadors, nuncios. Also, Vatican maintains diplomatic relations with the UN, with the Palestine Liberation Organization, and is a member of 15 international organizations, including WHO, UTO, UNESCO, OSCE and FAO. In 1989, during the meeting of the President of the SRMS, Gorbachev with John Paul II, the agreement on establishment of a relationship between the USSR and Vatican at the level of official representations was reached. Such relations were established on March 15, 1990, by E. Kolev became the first representative of the USSR to the Holy See in the rank of the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary, and in Moscow there arrived the Apostolic Nuncio with special powers. After the collapse of the USSR, Vatican established the relations with the Russian Federation as the successor of the USSR at the level of at first permanent missions, and since December 2009 at the level of embassies. In the early 90s, Vatican established diplomatic relations with the countries of Eastern and Central Europe, which were under control of communist parties earlier, and also with a number of the states of the former Soviet Union. Vatican actively supports preservation of peace and settlement of the international conflicts. In 1991 it warned against the war in the Persian Gulf. The Catholic Church figured at the termination of civil wars in Central America. During the trips to this region, the Father called for the termination of civil war in Guatemala, reconciliation in Nicaragua, to the approval of the new culture of solidarity and love. The Holy See, oldest, 1942. The diplomatic ally of Taiwan, and nowadays is the only sovereign subject of international law in Europe which is formally recognizing the Republic of China. Taiwan. In 1971, the Holy See declared the decision to adhere to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty to provide moral support to the principles which form a basis of the contract. In 2007, the Holy See established diplomatic relations with Saudi Arabia. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.